All right, everybody. How's it going? This is Bob again. And today I'm going to do like a continuation off of the video that I did the other day where I was drawing an old character that me and a friend of mine had made up when we were like 15. Um, and so I didn't do too great on that drawing, right? I was just kind of doodling or whatever and thinking about it. So I wanted to do something a little bit better. I don't know if this is actually better or not. But I was thinking about like the first page that I had drawn before. And now I had this other character. And again, this was at like when we first got into comics, so it was like Jim Lee on X-Men, and we had Rogue in the Savage Land, and I swear to God, another character we created was just basically Rogue from Savage Land, right? Um, but more importantly, I did this video the other day of just me like kind of remembering an old dear friend of mine and talking about him and talking about something from my past while I'm doing some doodling. And, I don't know, I'm probably playing with fire right here, but somebody disliked the video. And it's like, it is hard enough to get anybody to actually put a like on a video. uh that's extra work. You click play and then you have to go through and do other things or whatever to click like. Somebody hated that shit enough to go ahead and say, yeah, I dislike this. Go ahead and dislike like all the other videos. What the fuck was the point of disliking that? Well, anyway, here's part two, because fuck that guy. Okay, whoever it was, that's what that's going to be. So this time I decided to like try to recreate um the first page that we were doing of this comic from so long ago. If I can even remember the story, like I don't have any of that stuff anymore because um my house had burned down, right? So I kind of lost everything. Uh so just going off of memory, and of course what I'm doing here is like way better than what I did at age 15, even though sometimes, to be honest, I kind of feel that I drew better when I was 15 than I do now, which is ridiculous because technically I'm a much better artist now than I was then. And I've like learned a lot of the stuff that I would do or whatever. But back then, I don't know, there was a energy that I put into it or whatever that I don't know, that I think just maybe worked better. It's hard to explain. There's very few things that I found from my past where I look at it and I'm like, holy shit. This is pretty good. I like this, even though all the anatomy is horrible and the background's almost non-existent, or I didn't plan the page accordingly and I drew the character too big, so there wasn't enough room for the whole character on there, or whatever. It was just things like that. So I don't know. But I look at it and I'm like, shit, I wish I could draw like that again. It's weird. Sometimes I try to do it, but I'll never pull it off again. So basically, again, this character that I'm doodling right now is Wyvern. And the original doodle I did here was about a half hour long. But of course, I'm going to speed it up. It'd be a little boring to watch, how slow the progression is with it, even though some people think I draw incredibly fast. And I do in some cases, right? But right now, I'm just laying down like the rough sketch work of what I would use before going in and inking it. And I don't know if I'm ever even going to complete this picture. Uh, I don't know. It's Sunday morning, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to draw. And this is what like I felt like doodling as a warm up, as a practice before I go like do comic book stuff. Um, but again, I don't know. Was just a little annoyed that I got a dislike on it. Like, are you okay? Like I've gotten dislikes before, whatever. Like I'm not even gonna, not everybody has to like everything. I get it. I don't know. That video, that seems more like a personal thing. And I feel like I don't know. I've had like some personal attacks against me recently, so I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little sensitive to it. It's what it is. But anyway, so again, this is Wyvern that I'm drawing, and then so we had created, I think I even talked about it in the last video where a character I created was this girl. I don't even know what her powers were, but she had purple hair and like yellow eyes. Uh, and I think it was just somebody I drew that I thought looked cool, and then we were going to kind of develop the character later. That my friend Gil would would come up with who this was or whatever. And remember, it's like a post-apocalyptic Earth. Like these creatures came down and like destroyed everything, and there's like the human resistance that are like trying to fight them. Um, it's I don't know. Again, and they were mutants basically. So it was like when these aliens invaded the Earth, somehow their latent mutant abilities of these humans who survived came out in order to like fight these aliens or whatever. And one of the creatures that these aliens have was this character here, Wyvern, who was just like this indestructible force. Like you sent him out to kill whatever remained. Any problems you had, this is the guy who was going out there to like fix it. Uh, because he was unstoppable and he wouldn't rest until, everybody was like destroyed or taken care of or whatever. So I remember like the first page we had like this girl running through, and it was a couple of like panels of her running and like like desperately running, falling and everything, and just like, I gotta get away, I gotta get away. um and then like the second page was like this splash page of Wyvern just like standing there just looking menacing or whatever. And I remember I did draw a picture of him where I thought he looked cool or whatever, but again, that's lost to time. So yeah, I'm just kind of working off memory, and it's weird because we also know that memory or whatever is like, I could be remembering this completely wrong in whatever ways, because again, like what I'm drawing here is not what it was originally. I had a different picture in my head right now when I was doing it, but it's like a culmination of everything that we had done in those 2 or 3 pages that I'm kind of putting into one page as like a splash thing or whatever. But that's it. Plus, I thought, I don't know. I felt like doodling, so I felt like recording it and making a video out of it for people to see. Okay. So again, if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and hit like. If not, don't. Or go ahead and hit as many dislikes as you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna let any of you guys stop me. So that's just what it is. So until next time, guys. See ya.